Ryan Bender, and I'm in a business competition. It's called interviewseason2.com. So, just want to give you guys a little bit of background about me. I was actually in your very seat many, many years ago. I was a former student of WF Ready. I played hockey for the Regina Pats. I was a captain of the Kamloops Blazers. I played 5 years in the Western Hockey League. And then I went to University of Regina Cougars, and I played hockey there for 3 years, and now I'm currently a student at U of R. And that's kind of why I wanted to come here to talk to you guys, not only because I was a former student here, but I kind of wanted to bring back a few things and talk to you guys about bullying and see what you guys have to say about that. This is something that's very serious, especially these days. There's a lot of different ways of bullying. And I pretty much want to make this presentation, let's have some fun. Everyone can kind of help out, contribute, and at least we'll be able to all take some sort of education out of it. And you guys don't have to do school for 15 or 20 minutes. You guys at least listen to me. So that's a positive, right?
Yeah.
So when you think of bullying, what comes to mind? What do you guys think?
Punching.
Yes, for sure. Punching and hitting people that do not, well, no one wants to be punched, obviously. So that would be more of a physical, right? That would be known as physical. Yeah? Caitlin?
Getting.
Yes, for sure. Name calling. So that would be verbal, right? Okay. Gossiping, spreading rumors that hurts people's feelings.
Teasing.
And teasing. Very good. Now, what are some other ways that people can get bullied with today's technologies?
Cyberbullying, like on the internet.
Yes, exactly. That's the major one nowadays, is because people can get away with it a lot easier because there's not parents or teachers, coaches, people that are able to see it. So students think that they're able to get away with it, and that's why they do that. What do you guys do when you guys see different bullying actions take place?
Or you can go with my mom or a teacher.
Yes. Usually you tell somebody you feel comfortable with. What ends up happening is sometimes when people are getting bullied, they don't feel comfortable and they don't feel they should tell somebody. So a lot of times they keep it locked in. And when you keep locked in, how do you feel?
Unsafe.
Unsafe. Yeah?
Bad.
Bad. You're not yourself, right? When I'm having a bad day sometimes, if it's bullying or something just in general, when you keep it locked in, sometimes you just need someone to just let everything out, right? You feel so much better, and then maybe they have a different viewpoint that'll be able to help you out. It's 51% of people of kids know that bullying is actually going on, and they don't do anything. Out of that 51%, 75% of the people that actually say something usually prevent it. So what ends up happening is, especially in bullying, the students and your peers need to be able to help stop it by, when you see something going on that's not right, that someone's getting bullied, you have to grab one of your friends and tell him, that's not right. That needs to stop. And on almost all of those cases, when that happens, it is preventable and it does stop. And bullying doesn't just happen at school, right? It can happen on sports teams, It can happen at cultural events. You know, there's so many different types. And now with the use of the internet, it's very, 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 very easy for people to get away with. And I'll tell you a little story. I moved away from home when I was 16 years old to play hockey in Kamloops. At 16, you know, you guys, how old are you guys?
10 and 11.
So, you know, it's not far off where when I was in your shoes that I was moving away from home. And my team, since we were in Kamloops, we went to high school and we kind of all went together. And in the previous years, a lot of the players had a bad reputation around the school. A lot of the kids didn't like the Blazers because they thought they were better than everyone else. They'd walk around thinking that they were hot shots. Since they played hockey, they were better than other people. And when I went there, I wanted to make sure that, you know, everyone was involved, because, you know, not only was it a team sport, but a lot of these people came and watched us. So we had to try to get everyone on board, whether that was just by saying hello to people that normally wouldn't get say hello to, or giving them some tickets to our games. And over the year, we had more people at that school that were on board and cheering for us, that in the previous years, most people were just, you know, we would walk to school and people would call us names and stuff, but at the same time, it was our own fault because we didn't treat others with respect. And what I've learned getting older is that everyone here, every single person, has something special. It doesn't matter if you're a good math student, if you're a good athlete, whatever it may be, everyone has something that they're good at, that they're better at than something else, or better than someone else in the class. But the biggest thing is, what you have to understand, is that you have to be able to use that special, what's the word I'm looking for? That special trait to your advantage. You know, there's going to be some people in here that might be doctors. There's going to be some people that might be lawyers, and some people that might be math magicians. Who knows? But remember that it doesn't matter who anyone is in here. We all have the same chances of succeeding, of doing well later on in life. I know it's still early. You guys got a few more years until high school. But the biggest thing is, remember to treat people with respect. Because I'll tell you what, down the road, even just a simple, hey there, buddy, how you doing? How was your day?
Good.
Good? How are you doing? Yeah? School's going good? A simple thing just like that makes all the difference, especially if you're having a bad day. You know, when you're having a bad day and you're just like, oh, things aren't going right. And all of a sudden someone says, hey, how are you doing? You know, it brightens up everyone's day, right? And it brings that positive energy, that positive attitude that sometimes we forget about.
The worst bullying situation you've been in?
Worst bullying situation I was in, I bet I was actually on a hockey team when I was probably about your guys' age. I was like 8 or 9. And you know, a couple guys were just really mean to me. I was a younger guy, because, you know, usually when you play hockey, I was the rookie, or the first year player, and then you have a second year. And a few guys were bullying me, and, you know, made me feel uncomfortable. It didn't made me feel worthless and hurt my feelings. And I didn't even really want to play hockey anymore. I was getting so tired. And you know, and so luckily, I told my dad I wasn't happy, and that these kids were picking on me and being rude. And, you know, he was able to kind of steer me in the right direction. He said, oh, you know, that's okay, you know, go and talk to some of your friends that are actually really important to you. And that's what I did. And you know, and then my dad helped. He talked to the other kids and said how they were making me feel. And sometimes kids don't even actually know the words that they say, actually how hurtful that they are, right? And that's why you kind of have to let them know that, you know what, that's not right. That is it. And thanks guys for having me.